Hey there, welcome to the Hot Slice, the weekly podcast brought to you by Pizza Today magazine. I'm your host, Jeremy White, editor in chief of Pizza Today, joined today by the one, the only, the great Denise Greer, executive
You,
editor of Pizza Today.
you just keep adding to it. It's pretty
I just
nice. I
keep
like
adding
it.
honorifics because there aren't enough great things to say about you, Denise.
I don't think I'm that great, but whatever. I think I try really hard. I'm really good at trying.
Well, there
So,
you go. Hey,
there you go.
they tried hard. If they say anything about us at Pizza
Put it
Today
on there.
in the Hot
They
Slice
tried really
podcast,
hard.
that can be our epitaph. They tried hard.
I love it. I love it. Well, we are kicking off January with a bang here. I mean, our state of emergency just got lifted today. And we know every business was closed for 2 days here.
Yeah.
So area pizzerias, I'm sorry that I mean it sucks to lose out on 2 days of business. So luckily it was a Monday, so some of them were already closed hopefully, and kind of didn't have to miss out on that. But wow, what a way to start the year. And it's just going to keep coming for us.
It's tough. We where we're at, Denise, we're in the Louisville, Kentucky metro area. You and I are both actually across the Ohio River in southern Indiana, right outside of Kentucky. We've grown up with snow. We've always had snow in our area.
Yeah.
We don't have as much as we used to have, but last night, or rather 2 nights ago, that was wild. We ended up with 11 inches of snow and a solid inch of ice. And an inch of
Yeah.
ice is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ice. And so we were at about 12 inches total when you combine the two. And
30
that was a
year
crazy
record.
large snow for us. We're not in the mountains of Colorado here.
Yeah.
This was a lot of snow for us.
30-year record for us, y'all. And
Yeah.
as Southern states, you can relate because when you hear the forecast, you're like, it may come, it may not, it may be a dusting, it may not exist, So, you just kind of you don't realize that it's going to be the magnitude it is until it falls. So yeah, that's what we're currently dealing with. But we're still having fun because we're still, our internet's working, we have power, so we're still chugging along on the pizza today
Look,
front.
we're
So
having more fun than the pizzeria owners who had to close their business for
yeah,
a day or two the last couple of days because none of their employees could get to work and their parking lots weren't plowed yet and the
yeah,
side streets were dangerous. So we're definitely having a better day than that. It's tough to lose a day or two of
of
income
business.
unexpectedly. That's very tough
Yeah.
on any business.
Yeah, and actually, our guests today talked a little bit about the fact that they had to close all four of their locations for a day. Uh, so I mean, it's tough to lose out on a day's business.
Yeah.
But let's kick it into like the bright note. We are talking to Old Scratch Pizza in Dayton, Ohio, with four locations. And so on the podcast today, we have Eric Solar, owner and founder of the restaurant. And then we have Josh Swinford. And he is their executive chef, and Josh is pretty new. So,
Yep.
but we actually got to meet them at PizzaCon
Yeah.
in November. So it's kind of fun that we got to bring them onto the show and into the mix. And we talked about all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, it was great to meet them in person in Philadelphia, as you said, at PizzaCon. We had known a little bit about them, had corresponded with them a handful of times over email, and they entered our Pie Awards, and we were able to see photographs of one of their unique locations, which was really cool to check out the photos and the
Yeah,
videos that they put together in their submission. But then to meet them in person in Philadelphia, just see what great human beings they are. They're very astute. They are on a dedicated growth path right now. They have four outstanding restaurants, and I'm sure more to come in the future. So it was nice to meet them in person, and you and I had a really good conversation with them.
Absolutely. I mean, they have so much going for them, right down to getting a commissary going so that everything is consistent, and just growing in the best way and the most unique way for them, an authentic way for them. You know, we talk a lot about how they want to grow, but they're only going to grow with the right real estate. So it's kind of vital. So I think we should just jump into our conversation.
Let's
Hi, I'm Genevieve Ruby, a fifth generation dairy farmer here in Humboldt County, California. Did you know that 99% of California's dairy farms are family owned? And we're proud to sustainably produce the milk that goes into quality cheeses you use to create your delicious pizzas. Thanks for helping make California not only America's #1 dairy state, but the leading producer of mozzarella too. We hope you enjoy this podcast.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hot Slice. Thanks for coming on today.
I'm glad to be here.
And just like us, you are in the middle of in the middle of the recovery of a snowstorm. So
Yes, it is deep. We had to close yesterday, but today we almost nobody's come in yet today, but we are open. So
you are open. What did it take a lot to get back opened?
oh, just plowing and shoveling, and then you plow the parking lot, and then the city plows all the snow off the streets into the entranceways, and it's all that kind of stuff. Plus, we're all wood-fired ovens, so we have to relight up when they're down for a full day. You have to relight everything, so it's just a process.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's frustrating. The same thing happened to me yesterday. I spent 3 hours shoveling snow and ice. We had 11 inches of snow and about an inch of ice. So I spent 3 hours shoveling my driveway yesterday. And then the city comes by, and don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that they came by and plowed my street because I'm not on a main thoroughfare. I was surprised how quickly they got to my street. They clear my street, but then there's a huge pile at the end of my driveway, and then I'm stuck again, can't get out. Another 2 hours out there cleaning that up. I'm like,
And it's
oh
like
man.
ice boulders at the end of your,
Yeah,
your parking
Yeah.
lots and roads. I'm sure
so
everybody can empathize with that if you're in this kind of
yeah,
condition.
I feel for you, Eric. How does that work for you guys at Old Scratch? Do you contract with a landscaping company or snow removal company to plow your parking lots,
Yeah.
put ice
Well, we
melt
have
down and things like that, or does your crew handle that?
no. Well, I mean, every restaurant has a shovel and salt, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
we contract with landscaping companies to do
yeah.
all of our landscaping. And one of our facilities, we're in a development, and so they do the plowing, and they do a great job. But other than that, we have to contract landscaping to do it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing we want to say off the bat on this podcast is congratulations. You actually won the most pie awards in 2024. So congrats. Here, I
Well,
will read you off what exactly you won. First of all, Midwest Pizzeria of the Year.
yeah,
Amazing.
very
Congrats.
exciting.
And then we had you down for the most interesting menu, which is
Yeah,
awesome, and the most unique pizzeria location. I think
yeah,
that those are amazing awards. Can
it's
you tell
very
us?
exciting.
Okay, first let's start with the menu because I know your menu is amazing.
Yeah.
But can you tell us a little bit about that menu and kind of what makes it stand out for you comparatively?
Well, we describe the style of pizza that we do as we call it Midwestern Neapolitan.
Yeah.
And so what that means is we're here in the Midwest, we're in Ohio, and we do pizza that is in the Neapolitan tradition, wood burning ovens, um, uh, uh, simple ingredients, but using ingredients and toppings and styles that people in the Midwest would be comfortable with. We don't, other than margarita, we don't have any Italian words on our menu. We have pizzas like chicken bacon ranch and what we call the old Scratch, Mr. Scratch, which has Calabrian chilies and sausage, and we have obviously Ezzo pepperoni, and so we're trying to do things that people are familiar with here. Also, our Neapolitan style is probably a little bit firmer, has more structure than you might experience in other parts if you were in traditional in Italy, although people still think it's floppy, so that's just the way it is when you're making this kind of pizza. And but on top of that, we're also doing things like we have whole roasted cauliflower on the menu. We have interesting salads, interesting Mediterranean and bacon ranch salads, and our house salad. And I think it's really that, and everything in the building is from scratch at every location. So I think that's kind of some of the things that really set us apart. Plus, we run a really regular special routine that Josh leads up, where we're constantly having both a special pizza and a special, what we call veg special. So we're always doing sort of wood-fired specials in the oven that are either right now. I think the special is Josh. What's the special right now?
We're doing a fire roasted broccolini with a hummus dip and a charred lemon and Romano on top of that.
Yeah. So we're always trying to do something that's really unique and try and almost appetizers and specials that you might then plate it in a way that you might see in a nice restaurant. So just sort of sets us apart.
Yeah. And I know you've got so many things going on. You got 4 locations, by the way.
Yeah,
And
we do.
you have some amazing employee programs, like a mentoring program. I mean, there
Yeah.
is a lot to your operation. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're really driving and focusing on the
Yeah.
business side?
Well, I think that from the first day, we thought a couple of things. I mean, I've been in the restaurant business my whole life in one way or another. I've always worked in restaurants, and except for I took a little bit of a break where I went and I used to work for Hobart,
Yeah, I saw that.
the equipment manufacturer. And so I did that for a while before I opened Old Scratch. And, I think that one of the things is that restaurants sort of have a reputation for being they can be notoriously fun and crappy places to work,
Yeah.
with sort of disruptive cultures. There can be a lot of sort of like both like a lot of dysfunction in restaurants culturally. And, having come from the corporate world, having been in restaurants, then being in the corporate world, and then starting a restaurant, I just thought right from the beginning that there's got to be a better way to do this, that you have to be able to build a restaurant that can be run professionally, which I think a lot of people are doing. I'm not saying we're the only ones doing this, but can be run professionally. And, in some of our locations, 80% of our employees are in high school. So you got to have a place that parents feel comfortable sending their kids to, and that kids feel comfortable being at. And at the same time, trying to create some sort of a progression for people to come up in the organization. So I think that sort of idea around continuous improvement in both food, customer service, but also sort of professionalism as a business is something that we're trying to work on all the time. And I always say, like, we just want to be bigger than we are, so we want to always have the same things that if somebody goes to a larger chain, even though we only have 4 locations, they're going to get that here. We've got training platforms on people's phones. We've got great orientation programs that are really professional with well-designed graphics and presentations to go along with these. I think we have, great back end systems. And I think that all those levels of professionalism is what makes, people want to be a part of what we're doing. So.
Yeah. Did I see you guys are using AI a little bit? Are you
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't see how you can't be
yeah.
using it. I mean, we're using it all the time, from things from responding to reviews to writing things for our employee manuals to
Mhm.
there's a bunch of stuff around data. We use Toast, which is a fantastic platform, but there's still even more data that I want that you can't get. So taking exports out of Toast
Yeah.
and importing them into ChatGPT and asking for different types of data sets, I think is really an interesting way to use AI. So yeah, we're using AI a lot.
That's awesome.
We're in wild times right now, no
It
doubt.
really is. I mean,
Yeah.
we were just talking this morning. I don't. Maybe that's what you and Josh were talking about before I got on the phone. But we were just talking this morning about how all of a sudden in ChatGPT you can put all of these files into a workspace, and then it will reference those files in any of the conversations you're having
Yeah.
about your business. And
Mhm.
so all of a sudden,
Wow.
our manuals, our policies, our procedures, we're loading them all into ChatGPT, and then you can just say, what's my PTO policy? What's my, how many ounces of whatever are on the Caesar salad? So I just think that's just think that's a thing that's going to be happening a lot more.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
The wave
Uh,
of the future. Yeah, no doubt.
For
absolutely.
sure.
Did I see you guys are doing a little bit of retail as well? You're getting into the retail market maybe with your hot honey and things?
Yeah, we were crazy enough to do our own hot honey. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we got
Nice.
Mike's out there in the world and they do a fantastic job. But we decided to make our own hot honey. We wanted to take a sort of an Italian slant to it. So we use a Calabrian chili in our hot honey.
Hmm.
And yeah, we recently, I don't know how long ago it was, maybe 6, 8 months ago, we have a local grocery store chain here, Dorothy Lane Market's fantastic. And we have our honey in all of their stores. So
Oh, that's cool.
Outstanding. How's it selling for you?
it's doing really well. They were very supportive of it. They've done in-store tastings, which we've supported.
Hmm.
And I think Josh and I are going on TV next week and we'll probably promote it on TV also.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. And
That's great. I was kind of wondering recently why more pizzerias aren't doing their own. It's not
it's so
difficult to do.
easy.
It's kind of like ranch
Mhm.
dressing. It's like why are you buying bottled ranch dressing? Why aren't you making your own? And it's the same way with hot honey. Once you realize how easy it is to do, like to me, it's a no-brainer. As you said, there are some mass-produced hot honeys on the market that are truly outstanding.
Amazing.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Um,
sure.
but there's no reason not to do your own. Just like there's some amazing
You know,
mass-produced ranch dressing out there, but there's no reason not to do your own.
with all those things, when we started our third location, we started in one of our locations, we started a central commissary. And so we actually produce all of our we actually produce all of our dressings, sausages,
Or
hummus,
dough,
all of our
Hmm.
dough. We produce
everything.
everything at one location and distribute it to our other locations. So I can see that if as you expand, it can be more challenging to
Sure.
do.
Yeah.
It can be more challenging to do those kinds of things if you expand in a way that if you don't have that sort of centralized production. There's also tons of challenges around
Yeah.
centralized production also that, I mean,
That's what I was going to ask is doing a commissary, what did you run into of starting your commissary at store three? Uh, you know,
well, I mean, we certainly, I mean, there's so many things from licensing with the state to and all kinds of new inspections to now all of a sudden having to own trucks and refrigerated vehicle and having to but it really got us, vacuum packaging and labeling and all of those were all of the different things that we had to, learn about, and a lot of things around shelf life of products, a lot of testing to figure out how long things can survive. So there was a lot to do. I mean, this morning it was more about somebody not being able to get out of their driveway. So Josh had to load, take care of the truck this morning. And so that was, it's always something.
How many employees do you have at your commissary?
The commissary, Josh, how many employees the
I
commissary?
think we're right around 8 right now. One of those people being a kitchen manager.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
they're
And
pretty
we're
It's a
big.
game
obviously
changer
just,
for your growth over
oh yeah.
time. As you said, the challenges you're ironing out and dealing with and figuring out the wrinkles as you go. But whatever your plan is, if your plan's 16 stores or 1,600 stores or whatever, these commissaries, plural down the road potentially are game changers for your growth mechanisms.
It really is. I mean, and it's the growth of going from hand doing dough to then dividing by hand and rounding with a rounder to then getting a rounder divider, that you're invested in. So it's a lot of investment. And we probably realistically have one more store in the existing space. And then we're going to have to think about expanding the space or relocating to a new commissary or something. So it's always growing.
yeah, what's the vision for your growth? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No,
Go
so I
ahead,
was
Josh.
say it's it's a lot to tackle, like you said, but the benefit, looking at it from a chef standpoint and even an operator standpoint is the consistency and not having to manage individual prep teams at all the stores. So, making vegan sausage, it's the same in all your stores. You're not worrying about different people making it to different processes. So it is a big barrier of entry, but you see the rewards come through, your product.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. So do you have an idea an idea of where you want your company to go or or an immediate plan for growth? Do you have anything coming in 2025? What
I mean, I'm not sure what you're hearing from other people, but like we're really trying desperately to grow. I mean, we have sort of maximized our metro area.
Yeah.
And so now it's going into adjacent markets.
So Columbus, maybe?
Columbus, Cincinnati. I mean, we're working really hard on both of them, but it's just about real estate. I mean, it is our locations are a little bit, our locations range from 6,500 to 8,000 square feet. They have large parking lots.
Yeah.
I mean, if I said recently, if we were looking for 2,500 square foot in an end cap strip mall, I have had lots of opportunities already.
Yeah.
But, it's really about real estate. Just recently, and then you think, oh, well, there's all of these other, sort of aging casual concepts that are going out of business. That's true. So there was a chain in Cincinnati where tons of locations all of a sudden became available. But you know what? One person took them all. So,
oh, wow.
So we're not big enough for that, and so it's just really finding locations has become the big challenge.
But that's the key, because as you're growing, because a lot of people maybe grow too fast and grow into the wrong spaces that don't actually fit their brand. So knowing exactly what you need to grow your specific business, I mean, that's key.
In our part of the country, I mean, we're looking for suburban markets with parking lots. That's basically, I'll find some place that says, well, we found a building and it's 6,000 square feet and it has 35 parking spaces. I'm like, well, I have 25 people working on Friday night. How am I supposed? So you need, and around here you need parking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're in the
Midwest. It's not an urban area.
It's not walkable. Yeah.
It's not
totally
walkable.
Understandable.
No, unless you happen to be on all those trails you have there in Dayton.
Yeah, there are a lot of nice bike trails. One of our locations
do you
is
prefer
on
to
a bike
lease or buy?
We currently own all of our buildings.
You do.
Wow.
Okay. That's
But
nice.
I'm not sure that that's entirely sustainable as we move into new markets.
Sure.
And also, the prices have gone crazy since we bought our first building. So we'll see. I mean, we're open to both. We're open to both.
Yeah.
Flexibility, that's the key as you're looking to grow, especially in this market.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you did see that we're coming to Columbus, right, in October.
Yeah, we're excited. Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely going to go to Pizza Expo in Vegas this year. But what's nice about Columbus is we'll bring everybody, because most of our management team don't get a chance to go to Expo, but it'll be nice to come to Columbus because everybody can go. So
and there'll be competition. So I'm just saying, Josh.
I know yes, there are several people on our team that we should definitely get out there competing. So I got to look at what the competitions are for the Columbus one.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to it, no doubt. It's going to be a game changer. There are so many pizzerias, as you know, in the state of Ohio. So
for sure.
It's going to be a great show.
We are excited about it also.
Well, we
guys,
can't wait.
Thanks for taking the time to join us today. I really appreciate it. Do you have any parting shots? Anything you wanted to talk about with regards to Old Scratch before we let you go shovel snow?
No, I think we're just really happy to be a part of it. We're happy. We thank so much for the awards that we won. One of the ones we didn't talk about. We're really proud of our new location in Troy, which won the most interesting location. We took over a 1960s fire station there, and it turned out really, really cool. So we're excited about that. And we are really we're pretty pumped on 2025. We're excited about the future. We are just excited about even if we're struggling to find new locations, about just getting better at everything that we do every day. That's the goal. I know that's what Josh wants to work on too. Josh, you got any parting words?
I'll just say this: if anyone hasn't been to the expos or whatever, like go. That was my first one in Philly, PizzaCon, and it's
nice.
It's awesome. It enabled me, so I don't even come from pizza. I come from fine dining. Old Scratch is actually my first pizza home, and go out there and see like the community that's there. Like I was picking it up, listening to the podcast and things, but once you're there and talking to all these people, especially some of the big names, everyone's one big family, and I thought that was just really special. So, anyone that can have a chance to go to Vegas or Columbus, like for sure do it. I came back raving about it, and I'm looking forward to being able to take our managers to Columbus for sure. Like, it's awesome. So you guys are killing it with that.
That's awesome. We always say Pizza Expo is a large family reunion. We say that all the time. So I'm glad you feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I actually connect. I've got friends now that, around the country that I met out there, and we're actually, looking forward to getting back together out there in Vegas. So.
Outstanding.
Well, that's great. And we can't wait to see you in Vegas. Make sure you stop by the Pizza Today booth and say hello. And make sure you get to those educational sessions, because Jeremy lined up some killer sessions this year. I'm just going to tell you.
Great. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Enjoy the snow, maybe.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.